So I feel like I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone anymore. Look at that. Welcome back to the Lost Cause Ranch. Today, the building is getting wrapped up. Well, kinda, wrapped in steel. Kinda wrapped in steel. We ran into some issues on that front, along with some issues on the LS3 Defender, parts situation. Just an issue day. So it's kind of nice now that we have a roof. We have a place to store our steel. Got our trim laid out here. Sasha's stepping on the scraps. Good thing those are junk. Got the trim pieces set around the building. And I'm just doing some measurements so I don't mess it up. The two long sides of the building that don't have gable or whatever that's called are cut to size, so as long as I get the bottom trim in place right and level and even across, these should slam up pretty quick. Alright, since we're switching from the roof to the side panels, we have to switch out our little screw pouch because we got different colors. Sasha, looks like we had some trash pandas walking on the steel last night. I've told this story before, but I'll gloss over it quickly. I purchased this property 5-ish years ago. As you may be able to tell, it has a flat roof, which means there is no attic space. And when I moved in, I had a family of raccoons in that roof joist space. That was an ongoing nightmare for 3 months. Had both the dogs at the time, and I learned the meaning of losing your shit in its literal sense. Sasha heard one of the baby raccoons, went ballistic against the wall, chewed the wall up. Yes, you did, didn't you, Sasha? And had liquefied poo sprayed everywhere because she was so worked up. But as it turns out, it's hard to get raccoons out of your house once they move in, especially when you physically can't go to where they are. Talked to a wildlife trapper, and he's like, I can get the mom out, but then you're gonna have a bunch of dead baby raccoons in the ceiling, and you'll have to rip that down to get those out, and it will stink tremendously. So a couple months later, Mama moved them out. Now we just have the occasional squirrel trying to get in. Have a wood house in the woods, they say. It'll be fun. So for someone who grew up as a city boy, that was kind of a shocker and a quick introduction to nature. But all the wildlife around here has been awesome since. I just don't have much love for raccoons. Crafty little guys. And now I'm gonna attempt to throw some panels up by myself here. See if I can make it happen without messing anything up. So obviously we're gonna start on the back side where just the deer will be looking at it. Show side later. I feel so professional with my little screw pouch. Pretty much a contractor at this point. But we have 5 panels up on the back side. Down to about 17 minutes a panel by myself, which I don't think that's too bad. So that equates to about each bay, I'll call it, in between the posts, taking a little less than an hour. Sasha's always got to have her supervisor spot right there. Got a good eye on what I'm messing up. Look at that, one leg kicked, sitting in the sun. Don't want to hang today? Getting too cold? So not only am I getting better at heights, I'm also right-handed, and this whole wall I've pretty much screwed with my left hand, stranger style. On the lower parts here, I've been using a level to make sure the screw line is laser straight, laser-ish straight. I also learned that if you smack the back of the impact, it dimples the steel and the screw doesn't walk. All right, it's almost getting too dark to see what I'm doing up towards the top with the two dark colors. So I'm gonna throw one more panel up and I'll leave the one I have to cut for the morning. So we'll see you in a couple seconds. So I feel like I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone anymore. Look at that. We have all the roof steel on, so that was 34 panels. Got that far on the back side, which is, I believe, 15 panels. We have a cover, another panel. So we got 16, 17, 18, 4 there, 22. So we are 56 panels into the steel. The next few have a freaking messed up edge. So it looks like I gotta run back to Menards and see what we can do about that. I'm sure we'll have to order some more. If it was on that side of the panel, it wouldn't be a big deal, because this side of the panel gets overlapped and it would be covered up, but that is the overlap edge, so it'll be very noticeable. And I definitely don't want that on the front of the building. I could have hammered them flat and done some touch-up paint on the back side and it'd be all right, and maybe work out something with them on those, but it looks like at this point we'll have to order them. Just sucks because it took 3 or 4 weeks to order the last ones, so that pushes this whole deal back another month. Between this and the whole fiasco with the LS3 Defender parts, it's just getting kind of weird. Been doing this for damn near 20 years. I've never quite experienced this amount of stuff being messed up. I guess that's just the way of the world right now, and it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but it's a little defeating. But look, I guess we'll just do some other stuff. I'll get as many panels up as I can. Looks like we should be able to get to about there on the front, and the side panels so far look like they will work, so we'll be all right, I guess. Further than we were. No, you did not just watch that in reverse. I did just take 2 panels back off. I got them on the opposite side, but these 2 had chooched up edges as well, along with these guys in here. And I just got back from Menards and they have 8 new panels coming my way. They're gonna pick these guys up, drop those off whenever those are made up and in stock. It's a new building. I want it to look new. I could have hid some and fudge some around and fix some, but I didn't pay nearly $10,000 for steel for it to not be good. So glad they're taking care of that. Sucks it's gonna be another couple weeks, I think, and then I can start working on the floor while we wait for the other steel, I guess. I don't know. Do what you gotta do, I guess. Roll with the punches, or whatever they say. So we have one long panel up. That took a little bit of calculating to cut that angle at the peak there. And using all that brain power, I forgot to turn the camera on to show us tossing that up there. And that guy there is a little over 5 feet longer than our side panels And it is quite amazing what that 5 feet makes difference-wise. I can throw the 16-foot side panels up on my own. This, not even close. We had 4 of us and it was still a task. 2 of us climbed up the sides. Yes, including me, who is scared of heights, and 2 people down below. I climbed halfway up, caught it as we turned it up, handed it to the next guy, and we tucked it up in the J channel up there. But I was kind of shocked at the amount of mental gymnastics I had to go through to get that angle cut right. Usually I'm pretty good at math, but I don't know why. That was just a mental block. Maybe I needed a sandwich. But part of the trick lied, I wanted the center of this rib at the center of the peak, so we had a little bit of overhang here, and then we're gonna have sheets going that way, and had to make sure one side has a little bit of a lip. This goes underneath the overlap, and that side is a bit shorter, and wanted the overlap going that way, away from your field of view when you are coming up the driveway. I don't know, it was too much going on for what I could handle at the time, but one messed up cut. We use the old slugger to rip the sheet apart. If you ever done that, you know it's obviously a little loud. I didn't need ears anyways. Fortunately, it was long and we saved the panel. It's in. The rest of them, now that we got that figured out, should be easy. But it's up, so now we can work side to side. Also tossed our junk panels over to the side over here. These will be getting picked up by Menards when they deliver the other ones, which is estimated to be about 2 weeks, which sucks, but it could be worse, so that's not terrible. I got enough I can still do. That's as far as I can get with the front, because pretty much all those panels go right there, and I can't get those little guys up until I have these up. So that's as far as we're getting on the video today, but before you take off, I want your opinion. On drain placement, I'm kind of struggling with that in my head. I'm not quite sure which way I want to go. In the future, there may be a mid-rise hoist placed flush mounted there, but I suppose it could go over there too. So maybe we just prep for back there and leave this open. But my thoughts are, coming in through here, I'd like to do a channel drain, but maybe that's not the smart idea. Along here, I'm gonna have hose bibs over here, and this is where the pressure washer is gonna mount on the wall. So I'd like to do like a floor sink style drain down there to catch anything that drips from those without having it to run across the floor to the drains. That leads me to my other dilemma. Do I put anything on the back part of the shop where we're gonna do the majority of like the fabrication work? Or do I leave this level and flat, which a flat concrete floor would be much preferred working on, but drains are always nice. So my thoughts right now are run from the center pole of the shop, which is on camera right about there, and have that the start of our slope towards the drain, have the drain centered on the door, and then that would leave this as flat. Less convenient when you go to wash and clean the floor, but we can just squeegee it out of there. It won't need to happen too often. And then all our washing, or if we ever have anything melting snow off, will be happening right there. Let me know your thoughts. A quick update on the LS3 Defender parts. Yes, the ones that have been missing since March, we're now into September and they are shipped back to me and coming out of London, Heathrow, DHL. Oh, we got to Franklin Park. But once again, we are having customs issues. Only good thing about that is we now actually have some forms to fill out, and they're not just trying to ship them right back. Need to do a DOT form because apparently I bought enough that they think I'm shipping a car in. And look at that from the backside. We are starting to really come together. It's hard to see without direct light on it, but I'm loving the color difference. I don't know if it picks it up real great on the camera in this lighting, but the soffit and roof against the midnight charcoal looks good. At least in my opinion, and I guess mine matters, my building. We're gonna have a shop, and with that being said, appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one. This thing's getting a bit out of hand. I really need to clean the Eco job box up. It's kind of a snack drawer too. I'm getting pretty good at half finishing things when nothing shows up when it's supposed to. Who was I kidding? I was good at half finishing things when everything showed up on time anyways.